Welcome to Marriage Monday with Jeremiah and Savannah Jennings. The Jennings own Growing Green Landscapes and are very happily married. In this podcast, Jeremiah and Savannah discuss the wins, losses, good times, bad times, and everything in between pertaining to owning a business while maintaining a healthy marriage along the way. We hope you enjoy the show.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode today here on the Growing Green podcast, and thank you for tuning in for another Marriage Monday episode. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings. Joining along with me today is Savannah, the co-host for Monday shows. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good.
It's crazy time in life right now, but this is fun. We have a great guest interview coming up today. We've been doing a lot of these solo, but we actually have the honor of having Sean and Savannah Spencer with us here tonight. How are y'all?
We are doing good. How are you?
We're good. We got baby sleeping in the background. I heard you said y'all got kids running around, so we're going to see how long we can make this interview and keep it quiet. But no guarantee that's going to last the whole time. But it's late. We already went over this. Late. We're doing this late night. Want to be respectful of y'all's time. What I want to get into today, though, is just so what we're doing on the Marriage Monday shows is really getting into marriage and business. And so I wanted to kind of hear y'all's story. I've heard it in depth, kind of, but honestly, it's been a while, so kind of want to hear your story of how you got started, and as the husband-wife duo that the internet knows, and so just get into that, and then kind of just take us away into what it's been like running a business together all this time. I know you just got new property, want to get into that some a little bit, and just all the things you have going on in life, but just tell us kind of the backstory of the journey to get to where you are today.
So first and foremost, we got married in 2007. And then, kind of went through that recession period there. I worked in and odd jobs. She worked at a pet store, a few other, restaurant jobs, this and that. Mm-hmm. And about 2010, 2011, roughly, I was working private security for a U.S. Mint facility. And they had hundreds and hundreds of employees, and they fired every single one of them. I mean, every day it was like 50 would get fired and then 50 more. And we kept waiting for it to stop. Like, where's it going to stop? And then, the supervisor said, it'll just be the hourly employees. Supervisors they'll be good. Well, I was security. So supervisors went eventually. And then we're like, hey, they got to have security for the building, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, I was the second shift supervisor. They came in and was like, hey, let's axe it down from 4 guys and gals under you down to just 2. So It was me on a 12-hour shift, a morning shift guy on a 12-hour shift. And that's what we ran with for a little while. And then it just kind of got to the point where I was just like, you know what, it's inevitable what's coming. It's only a matter of time. So I ended up leaving there. And that was kind of the kicker of what pushed me into starting Spencer Lawn Care. And it was 2011, right after Christmas time. I'm like, hey, I told her, I said, I got to do something on my own. I said, I can't keep working for these companies year after year and not getting anywhere. I always worked my way up to management or supervisors or something very quickly. And then you just kind of top out.
And that's when we also found out we were pregnant with our son.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
So,
and way to add some stress to the situation.
Right. So that kind of kicked me into the tail, of going from a young man, still kind of with even a teenage mindset to like, hey, bro, you got a son now, your daughter, we already had our daughter. And it was just like, you got to get your stuff together. An hourly rate isn't going to cut it right now.
How old were y'all at this point?
22. No.
We were married at 22.
20.
Yeah.
So about 26, 27.
Okay. Yeah. So still young. Young mid-20s. So you're still, you're still figuring out life really at that point.
Right. And we had just we were still pretty much in the recession at that point. Nobody was hiring. Anything that you wanted. And it was pretty tough then. But, we figured it out, started the business in 2011. And then we just kind of started rolling from there. I told her, I did some college, and I told her, I said, give me 5 years. I said, if it doesn't work out in 5 years, I said, I'll go back to college, finish my degree, whatever.
Yeah.
And luckily it worked out. I'll say it like that.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say luckily. It was a ton of hard work. And she started her business right around the same time, her cleaning business with her and her sister. And we kind of learned along the way, but we also learned things, with businesses like paying sales tax and this and that every month. It was kind of transitioning easily back and forth with one another's businesses. And then I just kind of let her take that all over because I don't like paperwork. But yeah, just continually grew it, over the years. I will say, kind of right now with the way the economy is and stuff, people are asking a lot of advice on how to grow whenever a recession's expected or whatever, whether we're in one or not. And I just tell people like, hey, keep your budget tight, keep your routes tight. Don't spend unnecessary money, unless you're, everything's a calculated risk. None of us have it figured out. We could all fail. It's just, taking that chance and, moving on from there and learning from your mistakes. And yeah.
Do y'all have any history of entrepreneurship in your families? Either one of you? Or were y'all
my dad actually has his own masonry company.
Okay.
It started with his dad, and then he grew Ron Cutlet Masonry, and it's just
gone from
there. But he's still old school. Like, he actually hired me to do all of his bookkeeping and stuff like that. So on top of all of our businesses, I deal with his as well. So
my goodness,
those men don't typically like paperwork.
Yeah, for sure. So you had the cleaning business. Everybody knows. Everybody listening to this podcast knows who you are, I'm sure. So Savannah, how did you turn into the TQ? How did you get in the business, transition out of cleaning and come out there every day?
What was it, 2018?
Yeah, roughly about 17, 18.
Yeah, 2017, 18. He was having trouble hiring employees and really keeping them. Not everybody was like suited for the job. And so I just offered my time for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
until he could find someone who was suited for the job. And I actually just fell in love with it. I love being outdoors. I'm just like my dad. My dad's always outdoors. That's what, he works outdoors. So I just fell in love with it and just, actually getting a better understanding of what he was going through on a daily basis out there in the grind, and, knowing why he would come home tired, every night. So it grew a better respect that way too. So I just.
And that first year though, like 17, 18, whatever it was, she was still running her cleaning business at that time as well. So she was coming out working with me. Yeah, she was working with me all day long, 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then going straight to her cleaning business. And I don't even remember what you guys were working then, like maybe like 4 to 8 or something.
Yeah, it was evening because we had to wait till morning shift was pretty much out of there.
So she did that for the whole entire season. And then the next season she came to me and she's like, hey, I really don't want to continue doing the cleaning business. And to be honest with you, it was doing phenomenal at the time.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't want to do it anymore. I want to come out and do this with you. What do you think? And I'm like, oh crap, but let's go.
yeah, let's go for it.
Because seriously, like she pretty much probably walked away from, I don't know, what, 100,000 a year probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. And then COVID happened.
So it blew up.
Cleaners actually blew up because you had to be there more often to sanitize and whatnot. So so my sister walked away pretty good with that one.
Are they still doing that? Your sister still have the company? Wow.
Yep.
Wow. That is that's quite a backstory. That kind of gets us up to where we are today. Let's get into the kind of the nitty gritty of it, I guess, if you would say that. Go back to those days of you're working all day, you go to run the cleaning business at night. Literally, how does your marriage survive that? Like, what? Are y'all the type of people that you said when you said I do, you said you were done? Like that was it? Divorce was not an option? Like how has that worked for you? Like, because I think that so many people would be in that situation where you're not. I can't imagine you spent. Well, I guess you were spending time together all day long, but it's not like just hanging out having fun. Like you're trying to work, you're trying to get stuff done. So what kind of stress does that put on the marriage every single day? I don't know. Like you're literally working all day long, and then Savannah, you come home and leave to another job. What did that look like? And then you had books to do on top of that. So like
and it wasn't just that, is our
kids
also.
Yeah, and kids exactly.
Are in sports and stuff. So we were. After work, we were always split in different directions. Yeah. So basically, when nighttime came, that's when we had more, I guess, husband and wife time, because obviously when we're out working, we're trying to get out there, do the work and everything. But it was a lot of sacrificing and everything like that. It was
even to this day. Dude, it's working at it every single day. I'm not going to sit here and act like we're the golden couple, man. Yeah. There's days where we're like, you know what, you go over there and trim, I'll go over here and mow.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, we choose not to share that on the YouTube channel because we don't want anybody into our personal lives. You know, that's us. That's our marriage. You know, there's enough people that think we're just a fake couple and, you know, she's my prop wife and all of this because I don't wear my wedding ring all the time. And,
oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it is what it is. But no, it's a lot of work. It's not easy, even to this day. I mean, it gets more and more stressful. The bigger the social media gets, the companies, you know, they're continually fighting one another. And we just live very, very hectic lifestyle. So definitely not easy.
Yeah. And then on top of our kids growing older too, and we're always so busy with work and they're like not really understanding why we're so busy all the time. And it makes us feel bad because we try when we're not working and doing social media stuff, lawn care stuff, storage unit stuff, everything else. Yeah. Like we try to devote our time 100% with just family. And, you know, my daughter does travel ball. Our son does football at the moment. So it's like, there's weekends where we're both split and we have to go elsewhere, but we're always on like FaceTime or something and just like keeping each other updated.
Quick example, this past weekend, she had to take her daughter to travel ball almost in Indiana, you know, like 3 hours away. My son had football back here, so I had to take care of that. Then we did some work on the property, but it's just, it's our life right now. You know, would we both want to be in both places? Absolutely. Oh yeah. But we can't be, but at least one of us can be with the kids at all times. So.
Yeah, 100%. So go back in the timeline to like the very beginning, and we're still kind of in the beginning. But what did the nights look like when you got home together? Like, how did you handle the whole conversation of like, who's going to step into the books tonight? Who's going to get up and go to work? Am I going to do the weed eating? Or are you going to do the mowing? Like, what did those situations look like? How did you not just argue all the time? I just think of like. I just feel like that would cause a lot of tension on our marriage because like Savannah doesn't work in the business with me.
Okay. So I really gravitated to the trimming side. Like everybody thinks that he pushed it on me, which is not 100% true. Like I absolutely love trim. I have like, I don't know, I'm very detail oriented. So it's like trimming, like I have to tie that all in together with the whole, I guess, end result. But, I don't know. It's never an argument. Yeah. Actually, sometimes it is. Sometimes it is because he'll say, "Oh, I'll trim," and you can mow. I'm like, "No, I'll trim," you know. But sometimes he has to force, you know, me to get on the mower.
Yeah,
so, especially on those hot days, you know, when it's almost 100 degrees, the humidity's through the roof. Like you can kind of tell when somebody's off a little bit. You know, whether that's a worker that I've had many of those. You know, sometimes I just got to tell her like, "Hey, you need to chill out and take a break," and you know. Get on the mower, but she's absolutely telling the truth there 100%. I gotta force her most of the time not to trim.
Yeah.
And then the bookkeeping and everything, we actually, I have it set down to one night a week.
Okay,
so
cool.
It's not something that we work on all the time after every, you know, end of day or anything like that.
Our software that we use as well helps out a ton. Like our routes don't change a whole lot. So we just print off the route every single week. We pretty much know it by heart at this point. So that's a big thing, you know, compared to companies that are continually adding a ton of new customers and, you know, losing customers, this or that. They're constantly having to change those books. Other than that, you know, our software takes care of a lot of that, whether we're adding mulch prices in or, you know, dirt, something like that. It's really quickly, you know, simple to go on there and just change it.
What were some of the hardest conversations back in the beginning? Like, were y'all always on the same page going into this thing of like, hey, this is going to be a lot of time. There's going to be a lot of effort put into this. There's going to be a lot of late nights. There's going to be weekends spent apart with kids traveling. How did you, because I know like we said in the beginning of the show here, you said you're together all day, but that's not really you time. So were y'all both bought in from the very beginning, or did y'all have to like work through that whole process of like realizing what it actually takes to run a business and keep a healthy marriage?
Well, as far as like business size and everything, like I wouldn't say I was lazy with it, but I did very quickly realize that it does take a lot of work to keep a business going. Same with a marriage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you just have to, I guess, be 50-50, 100, 100% actually with it. And I don't know, like,
I don't think we really both knew from the get-go what it all entailed.
No, no one does.
Yeah, we never foreseen the social media becoming what it became and what it is. So that was a delightful surprise, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But even with that, it comes with its own stresses, its own, it consumes a lot of the life as well. So we've kind of almost worked ourselves into where we're at now, but definitely didn't know all the details from the get-go. We understood it was going to be a lot of hard work, but neither one of us are afraid of that. Yeah. It's just, learning to work in those circumstances together, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say that we don't set enough time off to the side for just both of us.
Does anybody?
And we do need to work on that as well. And like for the social media part of it, like he does all the editing.
Yeah.
And so I know, because we do daily videos. And so I know at the end of the day, he needs to have his time, his quiet time. So that's when I do take the kids somewhere or, sports or anything like that. So, cause I know that I'm helping him out in the long run to get it done quicker.
Yeah.
If we weren't here just running around and being loud.
We have a very, I won't say a strict schedule, but we know our schedules and we stick to our times. I know for a fact I have to be editing by 4:00 or the video is not going to make its deadline. Wow. Now we've even ran into new circumstances and with YouTube now because they're doing this whole checking thing and it's taking forever. So we're missing our deadlines a lot of the times right now, but yeah, we're trying to figure it out and it's always continuously learning.
Yeah, it's just a part of the process. It's really cool watching the YouTube videos and getting them out every single day. I can't imagine the work that goes in behind the scenes on that. Since we've kind of transitioned there, let's talk about the YouTube thing for a minute. How did that even start? And then how did you both kind of say, hey, let's take this and run with it?
So I started in 2013 or 14, just purely as a hobby. There was really nobody on YouTube but a couple guys like Greg Chisholm, Geek the Freak, and maybe one or two other people. So I was like, hey, I'm the only guy that's really starting up from with a push mower or nothing really. Yeah. I can show people, either how to grow this thing or I'm going to show them how to flop this thing right into the ground, So I just started posting, man, just horrible videos. Looking back on them now, I'm like,
are they still up?
Yes, a lot of them. I had to take some of them down because I used to curse a lot back in the day.
Yeah.
And I didn't really understand the audience that was watching. Yeah. So I took some of those down, made them private. Just, you don't want your kids, and I don't want to even look back on them myself and look at that. So, but yeah, started off, man, just putting out horrible videos and did that for a few years. And then I took a year off and then I came back and then I took another year off. And long story short, about 2017, 18, when she came on, we were really starting to gain some traction. We went from 5,000 subscribers to 15,000, and that was pretty good for back then. And then she came aboard and we went 40,000 and then 50, 60. So it really started picking up traction. We also, at that same time, companies were really starting to show a lot of interest. A lot of companies outside of lawn care. We've been approached by a lot of different things, some weird things as well.
Really?
Hey, you want to do this, that? And I'm like, no, absolutely not. But yeah, kind of 2018, I would say 17 was really the pinnacle. When she came aboard, it was kind of like everything just kind of springboarded and took off. And it's just gotten better and better every single year. And we just continue working at it, man.
Yeah, and you've turned it into a family. I feel like it's like a family event at night. I feel like people pull up, hey, let's watch their video for today and check in with what happened. So what was that kind of when did that become the goal? And is that really the goal now? What is the goal for the YouTube? Is it to create time where families can come together and watch your stuff and just hang out with you every single day? Is it to teach new kids how to start a business? What is it all the above? How are you kind of navigating those waters and taking it now?
All of the above.
Yeah.
Okay. All of the above.
I just love that when we get emails or, messages from parents saying, thank you so much for making it family friendly, that we all just sit down and watch it. They'll send photos of their little kids in front of the TV watching it, or dogs.
Yeah, animals love the channel as
well. But it melts my heart whenever I hear things like that. So.
And a lot of that has to do with us growing as adults as well. You know, we have young kids. Our daughter's, 15. Our son's just turned 10.
Our daughter's 14.
14? Yeah. Sorry.
Don't make her any older than she is.
She's going to be driving you around in a year. You better realize when that one comes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, we really did a lot of self-reflecting. Like, would we want our kids to watch us? And what would we want them to watch? So for the kids that do watch the channel, we want to be a role model for them, that, hey, you can be a husband and wife. Hey, you can start a business from the ground up. Hey, you can have a family out here, because there's so much right now trying to divide families and relationships. It's not the cool thing to be a husband and wife anymore. The cool thing is to, flip around with, a dolphin 1 week, a whale the next week, and whatever else the next week. But
no, that's good. Yeah. And I think everybody can take something from that and learn from it, because even though you're the ones putting it out there on the screen for everybody to see, that principle right there is what we should all be doing in our own lives. And we should be doing that in our marriages, trying to build each other up. And then same thing, we just had our son, Jack, and that's Savannah's probably going to be gone the rest of the show. He got fussy, so she's got to go deal with him. But it's one of those things, it's put a whole new perspective into the business and why we do what we do. And I don't know. So you started the business with kids. I started the business without kids. Now we have one into it now. How is that sacrifice and the time that you do sacrifice? We talked about the sporting events and the late nights, all that stuff. I don't want to get repetitive, but I do want to take that because I've had quite a few people reach out recently since we've had Jack and started talking a little bit about more parenting things. We're learning, I don't know nothing. He's 2 weeks old. I don't know anything, but I feel like we've already learned so much. Mm-hmm. And so what is some advice that y'all could give on that is parents who are running businesses together but also have kids, whether the wife is in the business every single day or out of the business, you're still running a business together. So what are some things that you think have helped you along the way to keep those kids, one, like you said, make sure they know what you're doing and why you're doing it, but then just help them be involved every single day and help them feel like the amount of love and attention that they need and that you're not just giving it away to the business, because the business is going to make you money, but those kids are going to be your kids forever. If the business goes to pot tomorrow, you still have them to come home to. So and I'm going to take and listen and learn from this, because I want to know how do you do it? What are good ways to help keep your business? Help keep your kids involved in the business and things like that.
You want to go first?
Go ahead.
Mine will be long-winded.
Go ahead.
So
make it as long as you need to, because I think this is going to be one of the most beneficial points of the whole show.
Yeah. So I know personally as a dad that it's probably one of the biggest things that I struggle with, because, we're supposed to be the sole provider. We're supposed to take care of our family, our wives, we're supposed to be the leading example. And that's what we aim to be. Yeah. But then up here in our own minds, we're saying, hey, am I giving my wife enough time? Hey, am I giving my kids enough time? But in the back of our minds as the provider, we're also saying, hey, I need to make enough money to take care of everybody. Hey, I have to work this, because if I don't work this, the job's not going to get done. So therefore, we're not going to bring that income in. We're not going to do this. So it's a constant battle from the man's point of view, I guess you could say. Probably a lot with the women as well, but more so on the man, because, we are supposed to be the provider. The hunter-gatherer mentality is still up here ingrained in our mind to be the provider for our family. It's just natural. It's there. So with that being said, it's not easy. And it's one of my own personal struggles, with my kids, because I see them, growing up so fast, and they do grow up super fast. Mm-hmm. But I also make mental notes that, hey, when they come through the door, I ask them, how was your day? If they sit down, more than likely they need to talk to me. So I'll put the phone down, I'll put the computer away, whatever it is. And then I'm solely focused on them. If I'm washing dishes and my son comes in, he's like, hey, Dad, I got to tell you about something. Instantly, you got to focus on them and give them that time so that they know that they're important to you. And you can only do what you can do the best you can do it. We're all going to have flaws. We're all going to make mistakes. There's going to be days where I'm sitting on my phone texting an email back or something, and my kid comes in the room and says something. I'm like, yeah, I'll get to you in 1 second. Hold on. And I go back to that email. We're all going to make those mistakes, but it's also understanding that, hey, yes, we are all not perfect, but we can also work and strive to be better every single day by, hey, taking that time to shut it down. Hey, focusing on your wife, your kids, whatever it could be, even your own personal health. That's another one. I've constantly battling with my health. So it's like, I need to make sure I make enough time every single day, even though my schedule is set every single day. I still need to make sure I got enough time to get my workout in or to diet right. Because, hey, if I'm not healthy and I'm not in the best shape, I can't be the best for my family. I can't be the best for my kids. Your kids are constantly looking at you. So like Jeremiah, like your kid, even though you're working or whatever you're doing throughout your life, they're going to be watching you. So they're going to be learning. They're going to be picking up on everything that you do, whether it's good or bad, whatever. So it's you're not always teaching, but in a way you are teaching, even if they're just watching from a distance. That could be looking from a football field up at your dad. Is he paying attention to me, or is he sitting on his cell phone, or talking to somebody else? Sitting on the couch, whatever. It could be a million different things. That's just my personal side of it. What do you think?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, just getting your kids involved in everything that you do, like tell them about your day.
Yeah.
I mean, not the nitty gritty or anything, just tell them how your day is going and stuff like that. But I mean, just getting them involved, asking them to go places with you, because we'll go on estimates. We'll say, hey, you want to come with us?
Yeah.
Most times they say no.
Sometimes they say yes, but most of the time it's no. But
you give them the opportunity. They know that they're welcome there.
Yeah. But like going to the property all the time now, that's where we're spending the most of our family time is over the property.
And they love machinery as well. Like, man, you tell a kid, like, hey, you want to drive that mower? Hey, you want to drive that dingo? Yeah. They're going to be like, yeah, let's go. Show me how to do it.
So we've taught them a lot about the machinery and the safety and everything like that. So we
don't show it on the channel, but the kids are very, very fluent with equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good. It's good to teach them young like that. That's all so very good. Like the last 5 minutes has just been, I think everybody, it's worth the whole show if you listen to the last 5 minutes, because it's a lot of people's dreams to have kids and start a family and grow a business. Like that's the American dream. Like it is what it is. And so we're along for that ride. We're still in the very beginning. We're 4 years into business, 2 weeks into having a kid. And I feel like I'm just trying to learn and soak up every single day. How have you learned some of the things that you've learned? Where do you get your wisdom and advice? Is it all trial and error? Do you look to other mentors in your area? How have y'all navigated those waters of like, hey, what do we do? Because like now you're to a point where you're influencing other people, but who influenced you? How did you get influenced and learn and grow yourselves?
I think a lot of it probably comes from our parents. I don't know exactly how long your mom and dad were married before your mother passed away, but it was a long time.
Yeah.
My parents have been married probably almost 40 years.
Wow.
So
that's so unheard of nowadays.
Yeah.
Right. So it was ingrained from me from pretty much day one. Like I saw my parents, they'd have their moments where they'd argue. My dad go do a burnout down the road when he was, 30 years old, all peed off, come back an hour later. I think
you've done that before too.
Yeah, probably, come back an hour later, cool down, the biggest thing is, man, is you're going to learn it along the way. Just like the baby, you had no idea when you guys brought this baby home.
Nope.
But like even us, we can remember everybody was like, oh, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. And I can remember to this day with our daughter, which 14 years ago, Savannah calling her mom, like, am I doing everything right? Like she would start crying.
I would sit on the
phone. It's so
crying.
Easy. Like, the baby would just pretty much take care of itself,
and then we had our son.
And then all the wheels fell off.
Right. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't trade anything though. They both have been a blessing.
And that's the thing. Your kids will be unique in their own ways. Like our son is like, he's a boy.
He's a pistol.
Dude, he's like a cannonball. He will run through a wall and be like, oh, I don't know why I got a bump on my head. Like, dude, you just ran through the wall.
Yeah.
And our daughter, she's very, timid and, she's a girly girl, but then again, she plays a lot of sports and stuff. She likes being competitive, takes her health very seriously, and she is a workaholic. She definitely 100% got that ingrained into her. Because I'll tell you what, that girl, I'm not just saying it because she's my daughter. That girl will work you into the dirt.
Yeah.
I mean, no joke.
Yeah. I think what the people can take away from that, and y'all as well, is what you said earlier about you're always influencing people. You're always influencing your kids, whether they're like it or not. Like they're always watching you. So where do you think she got that drive to work hard and take care of her health from? Is like it all comes back to you two. And so like Sean, I know that health is a big thing for you. You shed a lot of weight. That's something that you struggled with for a very long time. Just think to yourself, what would life be like? What would your daughter be like if you hadn't taken that seriously? Like, do you ever think about that laying in the bed at night? Like, look at one choice that we made could literally change your kids' futures.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I can remember going to the doctor in my late 20s and him saying, hey, if you don't get this weight off, bro, like you're not going to be here at 40, 45. Like I guarantee it, like you're going to be gone.
Yeah.
So now being 38, sorry, years are flying by, man. Yeah. 38, and I'm looking like, hey, that was just a couple years away. But even back then I was like, man, that's 10 years away.
Yeah.
And, I had gastric bypass. It was a great decision that I made. It helped me really turn my life around and get focused again. But to be honest with you, the gastric only lasts about a year, man, year and a half. And then you're right back to where you were eating wise a year and a half beforehand. So like even today, I can eat as much as I want. I can eat what I want. I'm not very restricted at all, other than, if I try to eat too much sugar, I'll get what they call dumping syndrome. So that's a good thing. But it's a constant battle, man. I got to hold myself accountable, and
a lot of sacrificing on your end.
Yeah.
We'd be gorging out on Thanksgiving dinner and all the pumpkin pie and everything. And he has to just sit back and has very strong will.
Yeah.
Occasionally. I do indulge every now and then.
Yeah, now, but back then, like it was hard on you.
It's just holding yourself accountable, man.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, when you got estimates to do and you're like, man, I'd much rather go hang out with my buddies or do something else. Those estimates need to get done. And if you don't get those estimates done, you're not going to have work next week. So you're sacrificing.
How do y'all keep your time? So I know you live off a lot of systems, it sounds like, and processes, even definitely in your business with your softwares and things like that. But in your personal life, you got everything done to a schedule. I know when we even talked about this podcast, you were like, let me look at my schedule. I'll get back with you and let you know. So do you think that's something that really helps your family click on all cylinders, is like having things planned out down to the hour? And obviously things are going to change. Kids are going to get sick. Ball games are going to change. They're going to go into overtime. Like things are going to change. But do you think that's something that's important for families out there today, is like create a schedule for yourself, because by doing that, it kind of, like you said, keeps you accountable?
Mm-hmm.
For me, especially, because, and I'm not just saying like I'm all wholly out there, but I'm being pulled like in all directions from a lot of things. That could be companies, that could be my own personal company, that could be other things that we're working on behind the scenes, family, it could be a whole host of things, as she is as well. But it's really, staying very regimented makes it easier. Mm-hmm. And like, hey, I know Monday our daughter is going to have pitching or hitting lessons. Tuesday, she's going to have travel ball practice. Our son's going to have football practice. Wednesday, and I know I'm slaying all this, but so you can see she knows it all.
My wheels are turning
no, that's not what it is. Yeah.
So she just plugs it into the calendar. So all I got to do is go, boom. Okay. I know exactly what we're doing. Yeah. But, we really look forward to those rain days occasionally. When things get rained out and you're like, man, we don't got to go to football practice. We don't got to go to travel ball practice. We don't got to do nothing but sit in the house. It is very, very relaxed.
I guess the biggest debacle right now between us is okay, who's going to football and then who's going to softball? We try to
split it up.
Yeah. So this past weekend, I was with my daughter and he was with our son. And then this weekend we'll reverse that.
Yeah. Flip-flop back. No, that's good. Yeah.
But it's also utilizing those times as well, because, you only have so many hours in a day. Mm-hmm. So what we do now is when we take our kids to practice, most of the time, and it kind of irritated me for a little while, most of the time I'd get there and I'd be working on a computer trying to get a video done or whatever, or sending estimates, whatever. And I'd look around and the parents would be sitting on the sidelines for 2 hours just in their chairs or in their cars, dwindling away on their phone. Yeah. And I'm sitting there like, man, we could be doing so much more here, people. Like, even if we just got out and conversated, could form relationships, that maybe could be business partnerships or, business relationships, work, whatever. Or you could go run the track while your kid's sitting out there working for 2 hours and, hey, they're looking at you too, at what you're doing. So I make sure now whenever we go to practice, like her, what'd you get in? Three miles a night?
Yeah.
If one of us takes the kids to practice, we're going to be the parent there that's working out during the time period that they're working as well. Yeah. And probably editing a video and answering a ton of emails.
Yeah, no, that's good. I think that's something that's not talked about enough, though, is the fact of because let's go back to business for a second, is you have all these softwares, these things to make you better with your time, to free up some time. Like you route your stuff so you don't have to sit there and route every week. So maybe the 30 minutes that you would have spent routing, and I'm just throwing numbers out here, 30 minutes you would have spent routing before you had your software. Well, now it takes that 30 minutes away because you just print it off and you have it. Well, it's what do you do with that extra 30 minutes? Do you go take a nap or do you put use to it? And I think that's the one thing that people when they try to get out of the field, they try to grow their business, and where they're not in the field anymore. They have employees working for them. And this is something that I've personally struggled with and had to deal with and hold myself accountable is when guys are out working, I can't just sit home on my butt. I got to go sell more work. I have to go get my hands in other adventures. You have to do that if you want to have a successful business, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yep.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to sit here and act like there aren't days when we get that 30 minutes, an hour, whatever.
Oh, you take a nap. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, whatever it could be, maybe make a snack or hop on a video game with your kid for a minute or whatever, play some Madden or something.
Yeah.
But, most of the time, if work needs to get done, you just get it done.
Yeah.
You'll feel so much more better. You won't stress about it. That's the biggest thing too, is when work starts stacking up and stacking up and you're just sitting there, man, like springtime, you're just swamped.
Yeah.
And there's been a few times even this year, I'm like, man, I'm about done with this.
Yep.
It's just been one of those years. So it's constantly evaluating, figuring out as well where you can save time. I know a lot of guys and gals that'll start companies and they're driving all over the place, man. I mean, wasting so much time driving, 15, 20 minutes. And I'm like, look, if you want to be successful, you want to cut that cost down that you're wasting. Yeah. You got to cut that route down. You got to keep it small, especially now with gas prices fluctuating, equipment through the roof, employee costs. Those things are so, so crucial to having a successful business.
Yeah. No, that's good stuff. Well, I want to be respectful of your time. We're already sitting at 36 minutes. We got maybe 5 more minutes here. I want to kind of wrap this whole train up here and circle back to the reason we do this podcast. So we talked about kids, how we implement them in the business, how we make sure that they keep a good relationship with you. Well, at the end of the day, the kids are number 2 because each of you are number 1 for each other. I think everybody knows that. So how have y'all handled that over the years of being married and bringing kids into the picture, and advice for just couples that are married? So maybe they don't have kids, or if they do have kids, how do you continue to put each other first? How do you take date nights out on your own? How do you just spend time away from the business every single day? And grow your marriage. It's tough.
It is tough.
It's tough, and there's no perfect answer.
Yeah, we can sit there and say, oh, we got to do this, this, and this, but a lot of times it doesn't pan out.
Yeah.
But our thing, we sit together on the couch after the kids go to bed for a little bit. I mean, we go to bed together, but just sit down, cuddle on the couch, maybe turn on a movie or something until I fall asleep because it always happens.
Yeah.
But just trying to just get that 20 minutes. I mean, I don't know, just a little bit of time.
Get it in when you can get it in, man.
It's tough. It is really tough.
I mean, the parents that are watching this, they'll know what I'm talking about. You know, when a kid takes a nap, man, you just...
You're going the wrong route.
No, I'm not.
Oh, my goodness. This is good. This is good stuff.
That wasn't me. I was thinking something totally different in my mind.
Yeah, anyway. Absolutely.
Yeah, when the kids take a nap, we go out to dinner or something.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Mom and Dad are wrapping presents. Christmas came early this year.
Exactly.
But no, it's not easy, man. I won't sit here. I'd be very hypocritical if I sat here and act like we don't have our moments like everybody.
Yeah.
It's really just we don't take enough date nights. I'll be real with you, but we work our tails off. I think we both kind of, have goals that we want to set, and we understand we're not going to be young forever. but probably a lot of that falls on me. I'll be honest with you, not taking the time, because I'll be honest with you, bro. I'm a workaholic.
Yeah.
If I'm not forced to take time off, I am going to work from sun up to sundown, and that's not good. Yeah. And anybody watching this, I don't recommend it. Don't try to emulate what I do. It's me. It's what I learned from my dad, and what's worked for us, honestly. It's what's worked. So, maybe, I don't know, forcing myself to take more time, which we do occasionally, but I still owe her a Colorado trip. I promised her last year for our anniversary. We do have a vacation coming up next month where we'll get a week off together. So, and it'll just be her and I. Typically, we do get one vacation a year where it's just us, and then we take one as well as a whole family.
Yeah.
But definitely don't take it enough or take enough time just for us to be us.
Right.
Well, and y'all are in those grinding years. You're building what you're setting yourself up for in 10 to 15 years. You're building that right now. So that's understandable. But I think by you both realizing it, I think it's easier that you can just both talk through it. I think that's something that me and Savannah work through is we both just have to have that conversation every once in a while of hey, we know we're not getting as much time together as we want right now, but here's why we're doing it. And here's the end result that we're working towards. And I know for y'all, you have that end result, you have that thing where you're okay, this is what we're going for. We're going to figure out how to get there. Let's just put our heads down and go to work and do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Andy Frisella says it really good. You put in the work now for the rewards you'll get 3 to 5 years from now.
Yeah.
So what you have today is from the work that you put in the last 3 to 5 years.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Do y'all have any advice you would give anybody? Just one word of advice, wisdom that you would give married couples out there just working and running businesses together?
Go ahead, babe. You can.
Anything simple, complex, whatever you want to leave somebody with.
I guess just to have patience.
That's
for
good.
one another.
Yeah.
I mean, in life, in your relationship, work, just patience and understanding.
Yeah.
Me personally, I would say I've learned this over the years, having guy friends, and whatever, there's, when you're younger, hanging out with your buddies, all that, it's cool, this and that. But once you get married, you have kids, they're number one, they come first. Nobody else comes before that. And I guess just focusing 100% on them when those times are needed. Now, obviously, you want to go watch a football game with your buddies, whatever, that's fine and dandy. But if the family's saying, hey, you need to be here, you need to make sure you're there.
Yeah.
And don't take it for granted. It goes very, very fast. Very, very fast.
That's good. I've learned a lot from this episode, guys. Thank you so much for your time tonight. Where can everybody find you? I know Equip's coming up. Y'all are going to be there. What is kind of a 20-second schedule of what y'all got going on there if people want to connect with you when you went up in Equip in October?
Yeah, so we'll be up in the Toro booth at the Equip Expo. We're opening up for Echo on the 19th from 3 to 5. If you're in the area, you can come have a free beer over there at the Echo booth. Other than that, we'll do some stuff for Kohler Engines there in the booth. You can find us at Spencer Lawn Care on Facebook. YouTube's our main platform we share on every day. TikTok as well.
Spencer Lawn Care LLC on TikTok.
Yeah. And then Instagram's just Spencer Lawn Care.
Yep.
So
yeah,
that's pretty much where we're at, man.
Awesome, guys. Well, I look forward to seeing y'all just in a couple of weeks at Equip. It's going to be a good time. Look forward to, I know it's crazy. I feel like just yesterday it was early bird registration started, and I was like, oh, that's so far from now. I don't even need to worry about it. And then it's whoa, 3 weeks away. So craziness coming up on us this fast. But crazy months ahead. I know snow's coming for y'all. Y'all got to be prepping for snow, right? Getting those wheels started to turn.
Leaves first.
That is true. I forgot leaves. Yeah, y'all do a big leaf cleanup. Yeah.
Man, we're supposed to go from 90 here today till tomorrow night's low of 46.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's crazy.
High in the 60s, I think.
Welcome to Ohio.
Yeah, you better put that leaf box together. That's all I'm saying.
First day of fall.
Yeah.
I'm a little behind, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. You need to start hiring that stuff out. Get some fab people on the crew there at Spencer Lawn Care. But
telling you, man.
Yeah, it's all part of it. It's all part of the journey. So anyway, thank you so much for your time tonight, guys. I want to be respectful and wrap this thing up. So guys, they told you where you can find them. Go find them if you haven't followed them before, but I'm sure you have. See them at Equip. Look forward to seeing everybody there. And without any further ado, I think that's going to wrap this one up. So thank you so much for tuning in to today's show. If you enjoyed it, leave us a 5-star rating and review. Those really help us grow and boost us out there so we can continue to go to the community one relationship at a time. Thanks, guys. We'll see you on the next episode.